Well, hello again and welcome everyone to the new Earth Love podcast. In this podcast, we talk between the masculine and the feminine. In this case, today I have the beautiful Cristina here, Cristina Amador. And so our purpose is to create more trust and understanding between men and women, basically, to create a world with more peace and love that we ultimately all want to live in. So I love to start, as always, by checking in. How is everyone feeling? Christina, would you like to start? How are you today?
I am very excited for to be in the podcast, and also is my first one, so I'm more excited. I'm also happy. Yes, I'm a little bit tired, maybe, but yes, I'm happy. Mhm.
Mm, nice. Yeah, it's for me, I'm also tired. For me right now I'm in Bali. Christina is in Tenerife, which is 7 hours apart. Actually, I used to live in Tenerife, but we never managed to meet. So this is actually the second time that we meet online. But I was following her work a little bit. I hope you're gonna share like what you do later with us. And yeah, so I was on a dance this morning, on an ecstatic dance, which was really powerful. I mean, in Bali it's really warm, and it was like 2 hours, and I was sweating, and then having amazing lunch and coming back home and just like taking a bath and actually falling asleep in the bathtub. And then waking up again and like going to bed and then collapsing again and then like putting the alarm so I make it to the podcast. So I'm kind of also in the process of waking up, same like you. And yeah, very nice to have different guests also here because um, every person brings a new spark into what we are doing here. So yeah, why I was contacting you actually, Christina, to do this. Like I was following your Instagram content, and you are like an incarnation of what I would call the archetype of the wild woman. So, would you like to share with the audience a little bit what is it that you do, and before we get into any other topic?
Okay. Yes. The essence of my work, um, most that I do is to connect to help to women. Now I'm working with women.
Mhm.
Mm, Um, my purpose is to try to help to the woman to connect again with the body, but a deep connection with the body, so you can feel all in your body, your sensations, why I move like this, why I don't want to move, and also in my sessions, for example, I help to the women to connect again with her breath, to connect with the life,
Mm.
to connect to the to live the life through the pleasure, through the joy. This is the most
Mm.
important thing. Mhm. And also all the experience of my life, all a lot of I did a lot of therapies, um, formations like courses. I'm a yoga teacher also. I investigate with myself some therapies also with the voice release.
Mm.
I was connecting all these things on my sessions now, and it's so interesting because when I am with a woman and another, it's super different. For to help this woman to connect again with his body, maybe with a woman is more like only to breathe and then a little bit of massage and to help this woman to okay, you you don't need to do anything on this session because you need maybe more to relax and let be.
Mm.
And with other women, for example, it's like more okay, you are more like this, you are more with the yin energy, slow energy. So we go to connect more with, for example, with the African dance and with the voice, and no, for to activate the sexual energy also, because sometimes
Hmm.
it's so sleep in some women and in some men also. Mm.
Wow. So if I understand you correctly, you help women to embody their femininity and to basically have a joyful life by different embodiment practices,
Yes,
like
yes.
to focus on the joy and not on doing stuff, like achieving things, but like, okay, let's focus on coming into your body, being present with it by breath, by dancing, by voice release and yoga and different other things. Yeah. Okay. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm sure there's like 100 topics we could talk about. Something that came up like in our contact before this call today is like what you call the skeleton woman. Would you like to explain a little bit what that is, and we can talk about that.
Yes, basically the skeleton woman for me is this part of us that we don't want to see, unconscious or consciously.
Mhm.
So this is basically, when we want to look, to observe, like slowly and in presence, we can discover a lot of gifts of us and also of the other.
Mhm. And so it's basically shadow work
Uh-huh.
in a way.
Yes, is to see the shadow. Yes, to see the all the shadows and lights and everything. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. What would be a really amazing topic, I think, in the container of this podcast, is like to discuss what is typical shadows of a woman, let's say of the feminine in this reality, and how to approach them. I think this could be like super interesting topic. Yeah, and maybe also some shadows for men are coming up. But like since you're working with women and since you're here on the podcast today, let's maybe focus on that. That would be lovely. Yeah. So what do you think is like the you work with different women over time, so and also in your own journey, what would you say is very common shadows for women specifically?
Mm-hmm. The common shadows. For example, the most important thing is the connection with the patriarcado, like the
Patriarchat, yeah, yeah, with male rulers, yeah, patriarchat, I think it's called patriarchy,
yes,
patriarchy, yeah,
patriarchy,
yeah.
no, and conscious or unconsciously, it's on our brains. So I see in a lot of women that they are like um, with retención energía, like this, with the
Mm.
energy inside, and
Retreat.
yes, retreat energy, and then we can, when we start to flow with the movement, with the breath, for to see what's happening, it's a lot of energy inside of this woman, and
Mm.
she wasn't approach this energy. It's a super blockage, no, because on the normal, no, normative society, you need to be kind, and you need to be quiet, you don't want to, like the woman and the mother, no, the mother say, okay, you don't need to be, I don't know in English, to be seen, no, to be seen,
Mm.
like you need
You
to
don't want
be,
to be seen, so like hiding.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, like hiding,
Hmm.
yes, to be a little bit on the shadow, and also your energy,
Mm.
yes.
Yeah. So basically what can we call that maybe the Kali aspect of the feminine? Like
Ah, yes, the
the wild part that is like part of every woman, like all the archetypes are part of every woman, all the archetypes are part of every man, but it's like, okay, what is accepted in society and what not. So if I get you right, like the that patriarchy has like suppressed women's power basically, especially the physical expression, like the wildness of the like coming into your body basically, yeah. Also you mentioned sexuality, like there's still ongoing like a lot of shame around like women just enjoying sex. um I mean that's could be kind of the next topic already, right? um yeah, so all right. Would you say like what I just brought up is also like a typical shadow, like owning your sexuality as a woman in connection with the first one?
The sexuality with the shadows,
Yeah,
or
like kind of like hiding sexual desires because it's not so accepted still.
yes,
I mean, we are
yes, it's so
breaking these
connected.
patterns more and more, but yeah.
Yes, it's so connected. Yes, we don't want to show our sexuality because it's bad, because we feel a lot of guilty. For example, on me also, I have a lot of work and with woman, and also I have the mirrors, no, with this woman,
Hmm.
and also I look in me on this time that yes, to express myself through the movement, no, not the sexuality like with another person. It's more like to express my sexuality through my movement, no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
hmm yes, also I connect this with the guilty. Don't express like with the hips, or with a lot of voice, because
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit sexual, and you gonna uh, uh, connect with the attention of the men, and maybe you are mm, like uh, like this woman, no, that it's doing the prostitution or something like this.
Like the slut shaming maybe is what you mean, yeah? Like that women who embrace their sexuality or sensuality, just like it's not even about actually having sex, but just like showing, hey, I'm a woman, I'm here, I'm human, I'm a sexual being. I'm a human being and I'm a sexual being, and owning that and expressing that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and a lot of people is super like frightened,
Mm-hmm.
frightened of
Afraid.
this.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
afraid of that when you express, and also only with my energy, sometimes I feel this on the persons, that I'm going on a cafe, and
Mm-hmm.
my way to do the things is different, like a child also, like a child that is so connected with the sexuality,
Mm-hmm.
that sexual expression. If I want to move my arms, to stretching, and to lift my shoes
Mm-hmm.
also. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
um, yes, this is so connected also for to express the authenticity. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's connected with this energy.
Yeah, yeah. Something that is coming to me now, like from the masculine side, let's say, um, because these shadows, I believe they are always connected. Like the shadows in the feminine are connected to the biggest shadows in the masculine, right? So what I see most men struggling with, including myself at times, of course, is letting go of control. And the wildness, the chaos, the creative chaos that is, in my definition, more like a feminine quality, yeah, like especially when it comes into physical expression, yeah, when like for instance what you radiate also, and like I'm gonna link your Instagram later when we upload this, that people can find you also, like when I see your videos, you're like really expressing yourself, and this it comes in a kind of uncontrolled, spontaneous, intuitive way. And for, let's say, the men or the masculine, this is more confusing. And like, okay, where's the structure here? And especially when it comes to sexual dynamics, like a woman who really knows what she wants, that can confuse men. It's like, yeah, but okay, I want to lead. I want to have the driving force here. So this I think this is how it's connected. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So the masculine uh shadow of letting go of control being connected with the feminine shadow of shining, and because the suppression, like through the patriarchy, is essentially out of fear. Yeah, like we have to name that. It comes actually from unacknowledged fear from men who are then, because it's physically, men are stronger, right? So back in the day there was like, it was easier to suppress women because the men were just like physically stronger, like in systems where there was not so many things at place that were protecting women rights. So because out of fear, I believe this is actually how it all happened in the first place. Like men being afraid of their own chaos, basically, and trying to uh, force the structure, the square structure into the world.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because of this beautiful way, and we can connect the masculine and feminine because we can connect this structure and this chaos also.
Mm-hmm.
The the creation, like the goddess, the chaos, and also the structure and the connection.
Mm-hmm.
So we can inspire, no, inspire the woman and the men.
Mm-hmm.
But also I see on some men that they are so feminine with this energy, and they are flowing a lot of
Mm-hmm.
with this
Mm-hmm.
energy. Hmm. But yes, normally I see a lot on, for example, when I was in Ibiza on the African dance classes with my teacher, when sometimes the men are coming because they need to cross to go to another room, and they go so fast, no? But they are this type of men that they are not connected with his chaos, this thing that you are talking
Mm-hmm.
about.
Mm-hmm.
They are not connecting with his free expression and to be authentic with herself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you brought up the word inspiration, which is also something I would like to throw in again, like that what can be perceived as chaos is actually creative chaos. So it's inspiration. It's like how new things come into being. Like kind of a portal, which I see the feminine energy as a portal, and then the masculine condensing that portal like a funnel into something concrete, so to say. But the inspiration itself is feminine, and also something I just wanna put as a disclaimer here again, that we don't get like any weird comments. Like when I speak about men and women, I speak more about masculine men and feminine women, and I do acknowledge, of course, that this is just like qualities. It's I have also a strong connection with my feminine. Like I work as a therapist, so I'm very connected with my emotions. I work as an artist, like I used to do a lot of jewelry, so I'm very connected with my inner feminine. So, but when we speak about these dynamics, it's about polarities. Yeah, like what is the archetype of the masculine man and the archetype of the feminine woman, let's say. Yeah, so thank you so much for bringing that again to my attention, to mention it here. That of course there's beautiful people in all genders and in all sex, with feminine qualities, with masculine qualities, with both qualities, and it's really about what feels comfortable for you as an individual. um for instance, I was for a long time neglecting my masculine, like because I didn't have role models that I was agreeing with, let's say. Like what I could see as role models for masculinity was more like what I would call toxic masculinity. And like, I mean, I grew up in Germany, so it's about drinking beer and watching football games and making stupid jokes and these kind of things. And I was just not resonating with it, so I was neglecting my masculine aspects of my being. And so through my own journey, I had to like also go into both polarities. But again, we are speaking about energy dynamics, the skeleton woman as a topic today, like the what are common shadows in the collective feminine energy, and in for women mainly. Then, yeah, like most women have stronger feminine energy, and most men have stronger masculine energy in average. Yeah, so we've been speaking about like physical expression of creative energy, of sexual energy, and on the other hand, for the masculine side, the fear of losing control. So what would be other aspects of like common shadows that you see in the woman you're working with?
Hmm. Also the anger uh, to the
Anger.
men.
Mm.
Yes. Sorry. Yes,
¿Cómo se
and
dice en
also
español? La
um, rabia,
rabia?
rabia.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes, and
Rage.
also
Mhm.
rage. Okay. Yes, and also this is so oppressed. Is super oppressed on also in the men.
Mhm.
And also this is connected with the energy. So yes, this is a big shadow on the woman opposite to the men. Um, and then when we can observe this shadow, also this anger is not to the men, it's with the oppression of the society. Mhm.
Mm.
And we can see, for example, on the body, we can see a lot on the mouth and on the
Mm.
hips, because of that I put a lot of intention for to move through the with the origin on the hips, to connect with the breath, with the hips, and from this point we can release a lot of this anger. And
Mm.
then when we start with this movement, for example, and we continue with the spine, and then we can connect a lot with the voice, no? And we can release also. This is so important for me now that I am learning on me and also on the woman, that we can express and we can release this oppression and this anger through the kindness and through the tenderness. No,
Mhm.
it's not we it's not necessary to release this anger, this shadow that it's super very big inside of us, through the catharsis and
Mm.
no, we can do also like this, and with the slow movements also that I'm
Mm.
learning on me also. Yes,
Interesting.
because we need to be more kind in our movement, in our body. We don't need to um, broke our voice to release this
Mm.
anger and to broke pillows. This is
Mhm.
not the unique way, no, that I see
Mhm.
in a lot of therapies or
Mhm.
in a lot of places, no. And also it's not necessary to put this energy, to put this anger to other people. So we
Mhm.
can
Yeah.
do with through our voice, slow movements, and to be kind. Yes.
Mhm. Very interesting. I think this is also like a cultural thing. I mean, you're Spanish, yes? So, uh, like, I mean, I work also as an emotional healing coach and therapist. So, um, for the clients I'm working with, it's oftentimes that they're not at all connected with their anger. So this is what you say, like hitting pillows and screaming and all this. They cannot even do that. They're not connected with that. So the shadow is there, but like no channel, no connection with it. So I think it, like from my perspective, it all has its place, you know, the roughness of the anger, like really being able to embody Kali and to scream and all this, but to say, okay, I know I can do it, and then I don't have to do it. I can do it in a more gentle way to not fuck up my voice, basically, yeah. Which is something that of course happens, right? So I'm super interested in it, what you just said. So like the centers for the anger are usually the throat and the solar plexus, right?
Yes,
So
and also in the woman, the vagina also,
yeah.
that it's so oppressed
Mm-hmm.
also in this body.
Mm-hmm. So you like through hip movement and through like through voicing is how you open up and let the energy gently flow out as a like regular practice without like, oh, I need to get into anger. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, and also I connect all of this with the African dance. So it's a kind of
Mm.
to release anger also, but unconsciously, more or
Mm-hmm.
less. And I want to rescue that you were talking about also about Kali because it's so interesting because I was studying about Tantra, but connecting the psyches with the goddess.
Mm-hmm.
So the aspects of the psyches with the goddess, and for example in Kali, yes, the Kali aspect that we know more is the this wild woman, no, like
Mm-hmm.
"Rah, I'm a wild woman and everything. Uh, for me also, it was my first goddess that I studied, and I feel also a lot of love. So I felt
Mm.
that Kali it's the destruction of the time, destruction of everything that we know, and also it's the most big love, more than the other goddess that are super shining goddess and everything, but like
Mm.
this mother love, it's Kali also.
Mm-hmm.
So we can connect this wild woman also with this love. It's also this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm feeling into what might be like the masculine counterpart of that suppression of anger. I mean, I feel it's like at least where I grew up. I think Spain is like, and also Latin culture is a bit of an exception worldwide. Like, I think Spanish-speaking countries are like more connected with anger. And in many places, also in Europe, I see like a big suppression also for men, like when it comes to anger, just like no connection with it, with the raw power that is behind it also, and to like to harness it and to bring stuff forward, you know, like the how I understand it, like the force that is within the anger is the same force that gives us a self sense, like a sense of identity, a sense of values, a sense of this is who I am, this is what I want to bring forward in the world, like persistence, all these qualities, they are kind of in the same energy. Do you relate with that? Do you know what I mean?
The final, I don't understand.
Yeah. So
Just the final.
again, anger itself is very much frowned upon. Like like by the media and all this is like, okay, anger is dangerous. Anger is destructive. We don't want anger, right? If you're like a good person, a right person, and all these labels that you can put, then you should not have anger, right? It's like a bad thing to have anger. But if you really look behind it, what anger is the ability to stand up for yourself, to set boundaries, to feel boundaries, and to yeah, to speak up for yourself and for your values and what you want to manifest in the world, basically. So low level anger is actually a sense of self and persistence and yeah, just if you want to say yes to something, really feel like, yes, this is what I'm going for, it's kind of low level anger. It's the same energy. It's a fire. It's an inner fire. And
Mm-hmm.
basically, but what you say that joy and anger are actually connected, very connected. Like if you're completely disconnected from your anger, you cannot really connect with joy, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm still observing like what is the masculine counterpart, like the fear of anger of women. I mean, I guess also the like I feel like the ego parts, like the
About
structure, the system. Yeah,
about control. About control. It's a maybe it's something about control.
it's
Controlling
also
men and
also
women.
yeah. I guess most of the shadows we can bring it back to men losing control, right? Um, but also here like a specific control of structure, maybe. Yeah, like the again, I'm bringing up this word kali a lot. Like is for those who don't know, it's this goddess with the like Hindu goddess with the with the tongue out and with this chain of like cut off heads of men. And it's often misinterpreted as like a feminist and like anti masculine, which is bullshit. Actually, it's how I understand Kali is cutting off the ego, like saying like, okay, you're in some mask here, let's cut the mask. So it's not actually the head of men, but it's cutting off the ego and wearing that as a necklace. And so it actually needs, we really need, if a man wants to be in integrity, let's say, when you have like relationship dynamics and you have a partner, a woman, and you really want to be in integrity, you need to be able to be challenged, right? To like in patriarchy, it's kind of this shutting down, right? Like okay, I have this idea, and then maybe there's like something against it. It's like, no, you're a woman, you don't know, like just like bam. But like to okay, listen to it and like, okay, thank you for that mirror. Maybe there's something I need to think about. I need to adjust. I need to check in with my values. So, really, am I living from heart or am I living from an ego mask that I have created? Right. So we really need that. Um, yeah, I don't want to say destructive, but challenging force of feminine anger in that sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Something else that's coming up for you.
Mm. I have a lot of things to say. Mm.
I love that you're in a
But
cave right now. You're in a cave, right?
yes.
That's so cool. Like the white woman in the cave, and I'm sitting here in my shirt in, in an apartment. It's kind of really funny. Yeah.
Yes, it's a lot of pressure energy sometimes. Like
Uh-huh.
I feel a lot. Yes, it's a lot of shadows comes in a cave. Also, it's a lot of transformation.
And good
And
acoustics, you don't have these reflections from the walls.
yes, yes, of course, yes.
It's like a
And
recording studio.
yeah, I didn't think about this. So this that I was talking also about, and also what you're talking now, I was thinking about also the oppression to the men, no? Because this creative world, it's also that bad, no? It's like a bad thing, no? We need to do like normative jobs and everything, no? In the men's, we can see more. Also this patriarchy in its influence on the men, like you need to be a man to be uh, like formal. Yes, I see a lot of this also.
Like formal, like to be more formal.
More formal, more also strong,
Mhm.
and to the thing that I want to say is the connection with the to have the permission to be creative and feminine. This is the most oppression on the society also.
For men, you mean? Or for women?
Hmm. For yes, you say for women, but also I see more in the men.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, creativity is vulnerable, yeah, because you need your guard down to be able to receive it. Like the kind of, I don't think that any great idea has come from someone, like wrinkling their forehead and like sitting on a desk with a pen and paper and like being serious and like, yeah, I'm gonna solve the problems of the world today. I think the
Uh-huh.
best and most important ideas that we have in any time in human history are really coming in a place of either joy or any other deep emotion, which is then very vulnerable because you're not in control. You're not like protecting, you're just letting the energy flow, right?
For
Mm-hmm.
me, I see a lot of times with the pen. I'm thinking from the mind to create from here also
Uh-huh.
sometimes. Mhm. Yes, for like, okay, I need to do this. I need to create this session. I need to yes to do uh, that I'm thinking about. I sometimes I'm with this. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Right. Other shadows that are coming to you about maybe from your work, what is coming up frequently about the skeleton woman, where we need to
Mm.
shine more light into the cave to see these shadows.
Hmm. Also the shadow that it's connected on the sessions. It's this part that I see also in me, the fear to flow, to infinite flow, like without a structure, without time. This is so connected with
Mm.
Kali also,
Mm-hmm.
like because on my energy, for example, is super flowing energy, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I have fear of me, like on this, because I on me for me it's super natural to flow and flow, and also I see on the woman that they need also to have the structure of the session, what we're gonna do, what we're gonna feel, and this is not because the name is reconnection sessions, no? And for
Mm-hmm.
to reconnect, we need to be very intuitive and to flow.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's 1 hour, sometimes it's 2 hours or more. So we need to flow uh, what things are coming. And also if we are from the mind, uh, we cannot observe, and we cannot
Hmm.
um, flowing on this release for to connect again with the body. Mhm.
Trusting the flow, you mean?
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes. Because the trust in the flow is to trust the present moment. So if we
Mm-hmm.
are on the present, the things can appear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is a big challenge for everyone. I don't know. Do you follow Bashar? Do you know Bashar?
No.
Yeah, I can send you some resources later if you like. It's a alien that is channeled by a guy called Daryl Anka, and so from Bashar's perspective, the human mind is not designed to plan future. The human mind is designed to anchor you in the present moment and allow the flow to be there, and just in order to have an experience, a human experience, to be able to observe. So, and that is very scary. Yeah. So he has something that he calls a formula, which means um, it's a kind of a manual how to be human, and I try to connect with that more and more. And it's very simple. He says, follow your highest excitement, your bliss, your joy, whatever you want to call it. Like do the things you love in every given moment. And that can be something very simple, like, okay, I wake up in the morning. Do I want to go for a walk now? Or do I want to take a bath? Or do I want to make breakfast or have cacao or do stretching or whatever it is, you know? In that moment, in that very moment, what do I feel like doing? Um, and then following that excitement to the best of your abilities, like really going for it without any regard to the outcome. And that is the hard part. Like, for instance, I wake up and I'm like, okay, I feel like I want to do yoga now. So I do a yoga session and not like, okay, so if I do yoga now, I don't have to do yoga tomorrow, but on the day after, I have to do it again. So I keep my routine. This is where the mind is getting like obsessed and where we tense up, right? And to really allow the flow of energy to go through us, to trust that if the more we come into the present moment, into the now, and follow what feels right in that moment, the less we have to worry about anything in the future. And this is really mind blowing for me still. Like I try to work on that for a while now since I'm following these teachings. But the conditioning is so strong, you know, the conditioning of like, yeah, retirement, for instance, you know, like you should plan ahead on some point. This physical body is getting old and we need support and all this. So I need some kind of a plan in the future to support me and then kind of like, okay, so if I save this amount of money now and I do this for the next 50 years, then I'm okay, you know? It's like so abstract. And this is where we get really into disease also, I think. Like if you take this word like this ease, so we are not easy, we are not present. Like the more we try to assume and control the future, the less we are present right here, right now, because our actions are not focusing on joy, but on fear. Like the only reason why you
Yes.
would really like be attached to how it will end in the future is fear. Fear that something bad will happen if you don't. And if we even with long-term projects, I would say, yeah, if companies, you know, that want to bring products forward or whatever, if you trust the flow of the day and yeah, like do less of these like due dates and deadlines and all this, I can imagine that everyone will be more happy and there will be even nicer products in the end. But it's kind of like really the shift from uh yeah, like into the age of Aquarius, what we are now, right? Like to allow this feminine way of living, of working, of approaching life basically to unfold more and more.
Mhm. Yes,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
also with the products, it's if we can do nicer products because they are creating from love. It's
Hmm.
also
Hmm.
better, and also the thing to be with a lot of structure. We can I see also on me that I'm discovered to reconnect again with this is the ability to know what I want to do. It's not
Hmm.
about the structure. It's more like, okay, maybe yes, it's nice to be a little structure, but from this structure we can flow, no?
Hmm.
Because sometimes I catch myself like you need to do the sadhana of yoga every morning and to do at 6 a.m. and everything, but some maybe my body don't need to do the yoga, needs to flow through
Hmm.
the spontaneous movement,
Hmm.
or maybe to observe the nature. Yes, so this is a very important ability that maybe we can lose if we are living from mind, but we can reconnect again with this so quickly if we are living from the presence. Mhm.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes. Hmm. Yeah, something that just came for me also, like again to mention that I think in other podcasts I have already mentioned it, but really this like um every person mastering their feminine and masculine parts. So the polarity like of like okay, clarity, vulnerability, uh structure, creativity, whatever it is like that we have this wholeness, like this inner intertwinement of masculine and feminine energy within us and the other person also. And when it comes to co-creation, for instance, in a couple, that it's really then choosing polarity and what we really need, and what I also try with this podcast, that it's not like okay, there was patriarchy and women were suppressed and now we need to, you know, like women need to be on top of men. This is also not kind of work. It's really like coming to a place of trust and understanding what are differences, how do we navigate that, how can we together with vulnerability and with courage. Yeah, these two things I think are super necessary, that we show each other our vulnerable parts, um, and that needs courage, right? To say like, yeah, okay, I'm maybe I appear weak or something like that, but in order to show you who I am, to not, you know, from the pride to mask, like really, yeah, being ourselves and not playing games, not trying to manipulate. I think this is also this is a shadow that is coming up now for me that you didn't bring up, but something that I see even in movies. You know, just like the manipulation. I mean, it happens from both sides, right? It's not just the feminine shadow. Do you want to share something about that? Is that something you observe also with your clients? Like kind of trying to get your needs met through manipulation instead of asking directly?
Mm-hmm. Yes, on my sessions, I see that some women doing this manipulation on me to manipulate the session to do on his way a lot
Mm-hmm.
for to have the control. But
Mm-hmm.
this is the opposite that we want to do for to reconnect with the body. But yes, and also I see on me some relationships unconsciously I was like for to have the control for to yes for the things are doing are going good and nicely and harmonized. I was with the control. This is the opposite to harmonize the relationship, for example. If you have the control, the things go oppressed, no? And also the
Mm-hmm.
emotions. So it's the opposite that we want. But yes, this control appears a lot of on the woman. And on the men is more, maybe it's more unconscious. I see also, but it's more like to put the force or yes, but it's more unconscious. It's more like maybe more natural. The but on the woman it's more from the mind. I see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Hmm.
Other shadows that are common to you?
Yes. For example, the big shadow that I see a lot. Um, more maybe on the also in Spain, but more on the north countries in Europe in general,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the shadow of to be always like happy, no?
Mm.
Always, I am always good. I see also on me a lot of times I need to be always good, always with the smiling. If if I smile and the other person don't smile, oh, all is bad, no? And also appears on the session that I need to see the smiling, no, of the woman that they are happy on the session and everything. Or most
Mm.
on the salvaje dance session that is more connected with the African dance and free movement. But this is not the authenticity, no? This
Mm-hmm.
is other shadow, no? The no connection with the authenticity. If I am authentic, the other person don't like me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but
A fear
if
of
we are,
rejection and abandonment.
uh-huh, uh-huh,
Mm-hmm.
yes, if I am not authentic, I am different of the tribe, no? More connected with the ancient times, no? I
Mm-hmm.
am not connected with the tribe, and yes, they are all happy. They are flowing. They are enjoying the moment, but not me, for example. This
Mm.
I see.
Well, that's more like shadow tribe. I guess in a healthy tribe, every emotion is welcome for everyone. But yeah. Yeah. This is really it. Like and this is also in my personal journey a lot. Like it's like an emotion that is not just happiness is coming up and like, oh, why is this happening? Like this still catching myself sometimes like judging like, where is this coming from? Like then there needs to be an explanation. And that comes really also from that place of like I need to explain to others, like, you're not happy? Why? Why are you crying? Why are you angry? Maybe I don't know. So it's like, okay, it's a strange person, he's just starting to cry, he's starting to shake or whatever. So yeah, and that all goes back to childhood, just gaslighting. You know that word, gaslighting?
No, slightly no.
Gaslighting, it means that, like, I give you a simple example of gaslighting. A child and the mother, they are maybe uh, outside and they're doing something that the mother was planning. Maybe they go for a walk to the pool or whatever. And the child is like crying. And I know I don't want to do this. I want to do that. And the mother is like, yeah, but like this is a nice thing to do. And you should be happy now. Like it's a nice day. And we go to the pool. Like every kid likes to go to the pool. And maybe this kid really is afraid of water or whatever. So it's kind of, okay, the reality that this kid is feeling in his body or in her body is neglected. Is
Ah,
like
okay.
you don't exist, basically. It's like your truth is wrong. What is true for you, what you say about yourself right now can't be true. I'm the adult, I know better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And when it comes to emotions, of course, we are in like still what T.S. Swan calls the emotional dark age. like like how many people are like really connected with their heart, right? It's really like a conscious effort to open it more and more and more and to really step into the core of ourselves and be ourselves. So and of course a parent who hasn't done this work is going to be triggered by a kid who is more authentic, and then the only way is to shut it down, right? So
Mm-hmm.
and again, if there's like or go to a supermarket, like a kid is sad and crying, and the mom says like, don't cry now, we are in the supermarket, you can't be sad now, like it's gonna disturb other people. So it's like, okay, the truth of the child is it's sad, and the reaction is you are bad, you will be punished if you're sad. So that creates a core belief, and then later in life it's like, okay, if I'm getting sad, it's like, oh, is this safe right now? Is this an environment where I'm allowed to be sad? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, and we continue on a way to hide our emotions, no, all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and then the normal and the most yes, the normal necessity is to be happy and everything. And if you are expressing your sadness or anger, is it's not good, because you are disturbing all the other people, because the other people don't want to know about his own
Mm-hmm.
emotions, no.
Mm-hmm.
And also I see a lot of this, to understand all these emotions, to understand the explanation from the mind. But if we go more and more on the somatic, on the body, we have all the explanation, but not from the mind. We can understand
Hmm.
or um, starting on the body, and then all the explanation comes naturally a lot. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll just check the time. Maybe one more shadow
Ah,
that you want to
one
bring
more
up?
shot.
One more shadow of the feminine, like one more
Uh,
super important one. We could talk about this like many hours, I guess, but I always try to keep the framework about 1 hour for these
Super.
podcasts.
Sí, sí, sí. I don't know one more shot like important. No, I'm not connected with the shadow now.
Hmm.
Maybe this the most important now. To I want to como en español es resaltar, like, or
Hmm.
to be super connected, because it's so important, the
Oh, wow, wait, the
connection
connection.
with our
Wait, Christina,
wild woman.
the connection is really crackling now.
To
Wait.
what the what?
Okay, let's take 3 deep breaths together. The connection was really breaking. So like
Okay.
3 deep breaths. Hmm. Phew. Ah, was the universe telling us like to come down, come to an end? So I think it's better now. Would you
Mm-hmm.
share again with us? Because it was really not able to understand. Can you
To
repeat?
understand.
Can you repeat? The connection was so bad I didn't understand anything you said.
Ah, okay. Um, so I was saying that when we can go through these shadows, we can connect more with the authenticity and the wild woman and the wild man also, to be
Hmm.
authentic, as I was saying.
Amazing. Mm, would you like to give like one for all the women who are listening, one practical advice? What they can do to embody more themselves?
Um, this that I do super simply. It's uh, to put the music, the your favorite song, and to let flow your movement from the
Mm-hmm.
present. Mhm.
Just dancing.
Yes.
Yes, amazing. So, if someone wants to work with you, how can they reach you the best? Just Instagram?
Yes, and Instagram in Salvaje Soul,
Hmm.
Salvaje Point Soul, and also in the Instagram you have the number.
Okay, perfect. Amazing. So, thank you so much, Christina, for coming here today.
Thank you.
I have the feeling we could maybe do this again in the future. Let's see. Let's see how things flow. And yeah, interesting to be still connected to Tenerife. So many thousands kilometers between. Hmm. Anything, any last words you want to say?
Only thank you for sharing this space with me. Yes, let's
Yeah,
see the future. Now
thank you
now we
too.
connect with the present. Thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you so much. And everyone else who was listening also, thank you for being here and talk to you in the next one.